You know, guys, now that the G20 is coming, I cannot help myself but revisit this classic by the mayor of Johannesburg. This is the most honest mayor in this country because this guy is the only mayor that has basically told the residents that I am not going to do anything for you. You remember when Dada Morero assumed the office, he told the residents of Johannesburg that, yeah, I understand that you guys are excited to have a new mayor, but I am not planning to do much. And Dada Morero has actually kept his promise because he didn't do anything for the residents of Johannesburg. And a couple of months ago, Dada Morero was honest again with the residents of Johannesburg and the people of this country to tell us that in the next couple of months, we will have the G20. And here in Johannesburg, what we are going to have what we call the G20 routes. So the G20 routes are the roads that are going to be prioritized, the roads that the dignitaries and our international friends will be traveling in. And as the city, we are going to fix those roads. We're going to make sure that there are no potholes in those roads. We're going to make sure that the traffic lights are working. We're going to make sure that there are no people that are selling on the sides. We are going to make sure that our international friends have the best of experience in this country. And the people lost their minds. People lost their minds because obviously this was an insult to them, more especially the residents of Johannesburg. The residents of Johannesburg, they are subjected to the potholes, they are subjected to the traffic lights that are not working, they are subjected to the people standing on the sides, some of these people breaking their car windows, and now they are being told that our visitors are going to have a completely different experience from you guys. People lost their minds. It was an insult, and it is still an insult that a mayor actually came out to say this. But one thing that I have to give Dada Morero is that he's very honest. He is very honest. Just like Fikile Mbalula, you know, when you sit down and listen to Fikile Mbalula is quite honest, man. He does not listen to himself when he speaks. So he often says the quiet part out loud, just like the mayor did a couple of months ago.
Indeed, we are doing our level best. We prioritize certain routes within Johannesburg, which are G20 routes, to ensure that at least we can make them to be at the standard at which they should be. No potholes, no crisis or traffic signals that are not working. So we are focusing on that. But we are generally...
Can you just imagine if this is what this guy had said initially about the residents of Johannesburg, that we are prioritizing the residents of Johannesburg. We are going to make sure that the roads that are being used by the residents of Johannesburg, there are no potholes and the traffic lights are working. Can you just imagine if this is an allegiance that this guy has made to the residents of Johannesburg? But no, this guy has loyalty to Ramaphosa, and Ramaphosa has loyalty to his international friends. And one thing about Ramaphosa is that he is aware that the people are still frustrated about what Dada Morero said, because Dada Morero said the quiet part out loud. So yesterday when Ramaphosa was in parliament, he actually spoke about the G20, and I cannot believe that our dear Cupcake has decided to lecture us. Ramaphosa knows that the people are frustrated with the utterances coming from the mayorship of Johannesburg, the fact that these people are brazen enough to tell South Africans that they are going to prioritize the roads that are going to be used by their international friends, while the residents of this country are subjected to the roads that are filled with potholes. So now Ramaphosa is quite worried about what might actually happen in this G20, and now he is lecturing us to say, guys, we have visitors that are coming. And you know, in every house, when there are visitors, man, we have to do a bit of a clean up. So Ramaphosa is lecturing us. Just listen to this, man.
Honorable Speaker, we are going to have visitors. And let us all be united in making sure that we welcome our visitors. And as they leave, we must then insist that what we have done and seen done must continue.
So what basically Ramaphosa is saying is that, guys, our friends are coming, and you know that we have prioritized some roads for them, and And we are going to control what these people see and do not see. And we only want these people to see the good things of this country so that we as the government can pretend like we are working for the people of this country. We know that you guys know that we are incompetent, but we cannot allow our international friends to be exposed to our incompetence. So we are just begging you, South Africans, to not say anything, to not do anything that is going to make our friends look at us sideways. This is basically what Ramaphosa is saying. This is what Ramaphosa is saying. He is asking us to toe the line so that they can appear good to their international friends. But at the same time, he is asking South Africans to do that at their own expense. Because if these people actually cared about the people of this country and tried their level best to work out these issues that are facing South Africans, they wouldn't find themselves in this position. You know, guys, there is nothing wrong with the challenges. The challenges will always be there. But the people will feel better knowing that there's governance, there's leadership that is doing something about the issues that are facing us. So right now, South Africans feel like we are facing a lot of challenges by ourselves as average South Africans, and there is no leadership. And this is the reason why people are so frustrated. People are not frustrated because we have challenges. This is life. Challenges will always be there. But where is our government when our country is being invaded by the illegal foreigners? Where is our government when our children are being killed by these illegal foreigners that are operating these death traps that they call the tuck shops? Where is our government when the people of this country are being forced to pay for the healthcare, shelter, and the security of the illegal foreigners? Where are the leaders of this country to actually protect the South African taxpayers from feeding the criminals in jail? But now they want us to pretend. This is basically what he's saying. Let's pretend. Let's just pretend until these people go. And when these people go, we can go back to fighting. I cannot believe that the president said this, man.
And let us all be united in making sure that we welcome our visitors. And as they leave, we must then insist that what we have done and seen done must continue. I have been one of those who has expressed my displeasure, my anger, my dissatisfaction with the state of the city that I was born in and grew up in. I've driven around the city, sometimes at night, sometimes during the day, and have seen how that city has really gone down. And it was to this end that I decided, working together with others, to set up the Presidential Working Group. We did that for eThekwini. When I had gone to eThekwini and had seen what eThekwini looked like, and had met the business community who asked that we should take action, and we did. eThekwini is being turned around, and I've been to a number of other cities, including here in Cape Town, where many people live, been in the more affluent areas and in the poor areas. There is a lot of work that needs to be done all around. Our local government situation is not pleasing at all. We must all admit to that. But rather...
Why is Ramaphosa saying we must all admit to that, as if we have disagreed? Because if we are being honest, they are the ones that have actually disagreed with us, saying that our local state is a mess.
Rather than navel-gazing and pointing fingers, I call on all of us to stand up and do something and help to improve our cities, our local government. Rather than pontificate and say, no, you're doing this because visitors are coming. And of course, when in any household, when visitors come, they do a cleaning up. They clean up. They clean up. And I've just come back, when the member is listening, I've just come back from Indonesia, Jakarta. I've come back from Vietnam. I've come back from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. They all looked flawless, clean. I went to the G20 also in New Delhi 2 years or 3 years ago, and they had spruced up the city. You could see that this was done because visitors were coming. So when visitors come, we use that as a good stepping stone and a benchmark. The mayor himself and the premier have said that now that we have reached this level, we don't want to fall back.
That is rubbish, man. That is rubbish. So you are telling us that if G20 was not coming to this country, then South Africans, more especially the residents of Johannesburg, would still be subjected to the nonsense that they were subjected to. So we must just sit here and hope that the visitors come so that Ramaphosa can do a bit of cleanup. Because this is what he's saying. Now that we have cleaned up the city, we cannot allow the city to be dirty again. So the question is, why didn't you guys clean up the city from the beginning? Why did you guys have to wait for the G20 for you to start cleaning? Because now you are trying to convince the people to accept this spit that you have just thrown at them. This is what you are doing. South Africans must just say, okay, like, they accepted this double standard in India, or they did the same in Asia. So yeah, even us as South Africans, we must just say nothing when we are subjected to the roads that have potholes and clap our hands when we are told that the visitors will be driving on the roads that do not have the potholes. This is what he wants us to do. So now South Africans must wait for how many G20s for things to actually be cleaned up, because they failed to clean up by themselves. Because this is an admission that he's making, that we have failed to clean up by ourselves. We had to wait for the G20 to do a bit of a clean up. And it is unfair doing that, comparing that to regular families when the guests are coming. The people are always cleaning up their houses. You cannot stand there as the president of the country and insinuate that the only time when people clean up their house is when the visitors are coming. People always clean up their own houses because they know that they live in that house. So it has to be clean. Just like with these people, they are in governance. This country has to be clean. Whether the visitors are coming or not, this country has to be clean. But he's saying that, yeah, it is acceptable. It is acceptable. This statement that Dada Morero has apologized for, it is completely acceptable.
Indeed, we are doing our level best. We've prioritized certain routes within Johannesburg, which are G20 routes, to ensure that at least we can make them to be at the standard at which they should be. No potholes, no crisis or traffic signals that are not working. So we are focusing on that. But
so according to Ramaphosa, this is completely unacceptable what Dada Morero said. It is acceptable.
And go back to what Johannesburg was. And I do believe that, and we are going to use this as a benchmark to improve. You will recall how our cities and towns looked like before the 2010 World Cup. What did we do? We folded our sleeves, all of us, developed many of our key towns, built stadiums, built roads.
I mean, like, this idea that South Africans have to wait for some event for things to happen. I don't know why the president is standing there and justifying this. I don't know why, man. I don't know.
And those are still there. And similarly, we can do the same even now. So I want you to join me one day to go and clean up one of the streets along which the visitors are going to travel. You and I, so that we make it look better. So I hope you will join me.
The man simply doesn't care, man. The man simply doesn't care. And people for a long time, they've been asking, man, what is it exactly that Ramaphosa cares about, because it seems like even the problems that we are facing, he simply does not care about these problems. But now it seems like we have found one thing that Ramaphosa actually cares about: his image to his international friends. This is the only thing that matters to Ramaphosa. I mean, you can hear even the tone that Ramaphosa is using. Now, suddenly he's alive. Every time when Ramaphosa delivers the speech, you would say that this person is ordered to die. But now you can feel that he's alive because he's speaking about his friends that are coming to visit him. And there's nothing that matters to Ramaphosa than his image to his international friend. This is the reason why they have decided to take Israel to the International Court of Justice to fight something that they has nothing to do with, when we have wars in Africa that they have ignored. The Christians are being murdered and slaughtered in Nigeria. Nothing has been said by these people. There is a war in Central Africa. There is a war in Sudan. Nothing has been said about these people. But internationally, this is the only thing that matters to Ramaphosa. He was riding a train recently in Switzerland and having fancy English with his friends. This is the only thing that matters to Ramaphosa: his image to his international friends. As the issues, the water, electricity, unemployment, crime, infrastructure, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And now he's asking us to help him accommodate his friend. Oh my goodness, man, guys. What are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button, and the most important part, and subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.